Good morning, people. Namaste. I just wanted to talk a little bit today. Metatron keeps insisting that I talk about love, and my feelings of love are unconditional. You need to be unconditional with everyone. We're all here to learn, even if you're a murderer, you're going to learn from that, and in your next life you're going to do something else. You'll probably be the one murdered so that you can feel that, or you'll be a family member who can feel that, so that you'll know what it's like to have someone murdered in your family that you cared about. That's kind of how karma works. It's not like there is no hell. You're here to love, and the more you love, the more you ascend. You don't have to keep coming back. You don't have to come back at all. I shouldn't say it like that. But when you pass over and you realize what you've done, a lot of times people want to come back and learn from that mistake. So they make a life path that's going to teach them. But you don't have to come back. But for you to ascend, you need to get to a certain vibration. And it's hard to explain, but the love vibration is the highest vibration there is. And once you can feel love for everything on this planet, you've pretty much ascended as high as you can on Earth. There's many other planets, many other locations that you can go to and learn lessons just like you are here. But love is the base of everything. Everything. That's what the Father is. The universe, the Creator, is love. That's the vibration. So you want to match that vibration to go back to the Father. And it's a long road, from what I understand. There's many, many lifetimes where you learn many, many lessons before you reach that point. So why make this lifetime a waste of time? Get busy. Get busy. Not like the ultimate goal is to get back to the Father. I think Christians today have been raised to believe that there's only one heaven, and even Jesus taught that the kingdom of heaven is inside you. It's not up above, somewhere in the clouds, with an old man sitting on a chair. That's not how it works. You just didn't understand what Jesus was trying to teach you. So, if the kingdom of heaven is inside you, then basically you're it. You're the universe. You're everything. You're God. You're part of God. I think we're all like little bits of flames. God is this massive energy ball of love just expanding, and it kind of cracks me up. The scientists can't figure out what all that empty matter is, and I can tell you what it is. It's God. They're just so stuck in their ego minds. They have no idea what's going on. They only go by what they see. And we all know, even they know, there's more out there than what we can see. But will they let it go? No. Anyway, I'm sitting here in a park, waiting for the sunrise. It's alright, it's not too pretty this morning. It's usually very pretty. It's the only thing I like about this place. It's the sunrise and the sunset. That's it. I haven't found anything else I like. Well, the wildlife, of course, and the flowers and whatnot, but they're few and far between here. So getting back to love. When you're walking down the street or driving by a corner and there's someone there homeless and they're holding out their hand begging, and they say, have you got any change? And you know full well you have dollars in your pocket. No change, but dollars. And you walk past that person and you don't feel like you have enough abundance to give them $1, then you're in lack mode. You're in a mode of, I'm so poor I can't help someone else. I'm so, pity me, I'm so poor. And you're going to stay that way because that is your karma. You're bringing that right back to you. It's law of attraction. Everything you think and feel comes right back to you. So if you don't stop letting yourself feel like you're in lack, you'll never get any more abundance. So instead of looking at it as like that scumbag over there who doesn't want to work is begging, look at it as he's part of God, I'm part of God, and I have enough abundance I can hand over $1. It's so easy, guys. So easy. Or when you see a young girl on the street who looks like a hooker. She's dressed to hook, but you can tell she's probably only 13, maybe 14, and she's begging and asking, have you got $1? Have you got a 5 I could bum? You know. And you look at her and think, what a whore. But you have to stop and think to yourself, why is she there? Did she run away from home because she was being abused by her father? And she's too young to get a real job, because you can't get a job until you're old enough. So how else is she going to survive? You have to stop and have enough compassion that you imagine why this person is the way they are. And it's so easy to come up with a scenario. It might not be right, who cares? But it's a scenario that you can hold on to and say, I have compassion for this human being. They're not here because they want to be. They really aren't. You know, and so many people are homeless right now and lost and have lost everything. Not of their own accord, not of their own choice. They have lost their job for some reason, and the market is so bad they can't get another one. And they're a single person who's below the age of 65, which I am, and you can't get help with unemployment. You can't get help with DSHS or welfare because you're physically able to work. Well, get me a job, you know. So once they're homeless, they don't have access to a shower. They don't have access to clean clothes. So how are they going to even go to a job interview? You know, nobody's going to even talk to them, let alone give them a job interview. So stop and think about that every time you see someone who's in a bad situation. Just stop for a moment and picture how they could be there, why they're there, what horrors have happened to them to put them in that place. Even someone coming in to rob you, like in a store. Say you're the cashier and someone's coming in to rob you. You don't have to be afraid. You can just say, here's the money, take it, go, and back up and let them have whatever they want. Because their karma will teach them that that is wrong. It's not really your place. Their karma will teach them that's wrong. And even if they harm you in some way, God forbid, you can still find compassion for this person, because they wouldn't be at this point if things hadn't been there to help them on the way. You know, not everybody has access to a father or a mother. You know, not everybody has access to enough money to supply food. You know, I can remember when I was raising my boys. I worked 3 jobs at one time, 3 different places to support them. And it killed me. It absolutely killed me because I wasn't there for them. I was busy working, trying to bring in food, you know, and it was a tough time. It was a tough time. But even if you've never been poor or been homeless, which I have been homeless before, once, thank God my brother came through and loaned me some money, or I'd have been on the street. But I've been there, so it's easy for me to have compassion. But if you haven't ever been there, been that poor, just try picturing it. Try picturing how embarrassing it is to be dirty, how embarrassing it is when your hair's all greasy and every time you comb it, it just looks worse. Or the fact that your stomach has been growling for 3 days and you ate a hamburger out of a dumpster and now you want to just hurl, you know? Try putting yourself in their shoes. Really, put yourself in their shoes. Walk a mile. Just walk 1 mile in their shoes. And see if you, being so much more abundant, can't afford to give them $1. I mean, nowadays you can't buy anything for less than $5. $1's hardly anything. They go to the dollar menu at McDonald's and get some chicken nuggets. Yay, not even real food. That's the other thing. When you think about the homeless, you have to consider that they're not getting good nutrition, ever. So that is why they go insane slowly. And then they start freaking out all the time, and it's like they're tweaking, but they're not. They're just mentally ill because they haven't had good nutrition in so long. So instead of buying burgers for a homeless person, go get them a salad. Get them some fruit, some vegetables, and like a cucumber, something they can eat with their hands. A cucumber, a carrot, a tomato, little cherry tomatoes. Those are full of nutrition and juice for the moisture. They need the water. Get them bananas, any kind of fruit and vegetable, you know, to help them from going insane, because that's what happens. It's a vicious circle, people. Once they're on the street, they don't get the food they need. They don't get clean, so they get sick. They get sores all over their bodies. Sleeping on the ground, they get bit by bugs. I mean, come on, have some compassion, people. We got too many homeless people in this country. Not in just our country, it's across the world. But in our country, it's a disgrace. There are tent cities where, thank God, they've managed to find a tent. I don't know who gave them that, but we have tent cities of homeless people. How can that be when we're supposed to be the greatest nation? Really? We're so far from that, it's not even funny. Our education system is so sad, so bad. And all of our factory jobs have went overseas, thank you, Reagan. And, you know, it's hard right now. Everything is so expensive because people are so damn greedy. The price gouging that's going on is just mind-blowing, that many people can be that frickin' greedy. It's just humiliating. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to be an American. Anyway, that's it for today, I guess. I wanted to talk about love. Love, people. Love. Be compassionate. That's from Metatron. Have a good day, people. Namaste.